Welcome back to my channel for part 2 of Frugal Fridays. In today's Frugal Friday video, we are going to talk all about consignment, how to save money on kids' clothes, and how to make money on gently used children's items as well. For those of you who are new, hi, welcome. My name is Michelle. I am a mom to 4 kiddos. They range between the ages of 10 and 9 months old. I started this series on my channel because I became really passionate about saving money many years ago when we were having our first 2 children, and then especially even more when my husband and I made the decision that I would stay home and raise the little ones after my 2.5-year-old was born. It's such a luxury to be able to stay home with them. I get that. I understand so many people have 2 parents who are working. I am just so thrilled to be able to spend every single day with them. But for that to be a reality, there was definitely a lot of adjustments to make when we were losing one full income. One way that we could save money was cutting our variable expenses like in half, or if not more. So last Friday, I shared with you guys how I save half on grocery bills. So I will link that one up above and down below as well if you guys are interested at all. If you guys are spending way too much money on groceries, you guys want to cut that cost down, definitely go and check out that video when you are done this one because it's amazing how much money you can save. But in today's video, I want to focus more on children's clothing, children's items, lightly used things, whether you're using consignment shops or resale shops or Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Kijiji, whatever services you guys have in your area to buy and sell secondhand. I definitely encourage it. Not only to save money, but the second reason why we do consignment or secondhand or buy and sell groups is not only to save money, but also make sure that we're not wasting a ton of stuff, keeping a lot of stuff out of the landfill, and being able to be a little bit better as a consumer instead of waste and carbon effects and all of that too. The first thing you want to do when looking into going to secondhand shops and resale shops and consignment stores is to make sure that you make a list of items that you need. If you're just going to browse the sales and you're not exactly sure what it is, especially if you're at like one of those pop-up sales, it's a huge large one, it's only open for 2 days, there's gonna be thousands of people going in there in the 2 days, you wanna make sure you have all of your items on your list that you need. So maybe if you're expecting, you wanna buy some baby gear, strollers, car seats, cribs, crib mattresses, some blankets, some muslins, and so on and so forth, you want to make sure that you're putting all of that on your list in order of priority. That way when you do go in, you're able to find what you're looking for, you go down your priority list, and then you just pick through things. Another thing I have found super helpful, especially when going in these mass pop-up stores, is to bring a buddy with you. So your buddy has your list too, whether it's your mom, your husband, a friend, a cousin, it doesn't matter. They have your list as well. They know your style, so they can go in there and take your list, and they're responsible for a certain amount of things on your list, so that also helps you. It saves you time as well. I specifically really like the pop-up ones because there's just so many items to choose from, and it's just like, it's like a thrill for me to be able to go in there and just pick through items. Another tip that I would have is to bring a large stroller, a wagon, maybe those giant big IKEA bags. That way you can go ahead, run through the whole store, put everything that you would like or that you see that you like inside the bags or the cart. You can sort through them later. I find like if you're looking at them and you're not quite sure, you might lose out on it if you put it back on the rack.
You look so beautiful.
Doing this while I have my breakfast while my little ones are downstairs with my husband. Kind of have to multitask when you're a mom of 4. Pick everything that you want or that you see that you might want and then sort through it at the end. Oftentimes there's tables you can sort through, corners on the floors, racks you can hang up all your clothes, and then you can do like a no pile, a maybe pile, and a yes pile, and then go through your list and make sure you're not overspending. Oftentimes I try and spend at least half of what retail goes for, and I get some really good retail prices because I always go to like Carter's, Old Navy, Zara, Gap, places when they have like a 50% off sale or clearance for the following year. I want to show you real quick one of the items. I've showed you guys this in a previous video, but this is one of the items I got at Carter's. It's like this Sherpa hoodie. It's at a 12 months, so she'll start wearing it really soon. Oh darn, and I took the tag off of it. It retailed for $22. and I ended up getting it on sale when I was still pregnant with her at the end of last winter or spring for $2.99. So this was brand new. So you can also go in stores and save money that way. But I know when I'm going to consignment, I'm looking for quality, wear, tears, stains. I also want to make sure that I'm getting them at a ridiculous deal because I know how cheap I could get things in store. A lot of the time when you're shopping for gear or clothing at consignment, I always try and go with brand name clothing that's a little bit more expensive. I typically go for higher end brands that I typically wouldn't buy myself. Items that are more expensive than what I want to pay at full price. And then my last little tip on how to shop secondhand is to go in there with a budget and don't overspend. So go in there with a mind of what you want to spend on some baby gear, children's items, toys, books, clothing, and so on, and make sure that you're staying within that budget. It's super easy to get carried away when every item is $3 opposed to like $15 retail, but those items can still add fast, and I do not think that children need that much clothes. I keep my kids' clothes pretty much to a minimal. My daughter has a little bit more clothes than her siblings, only because girls have a lot more versatility in clothes. They have like leggings and tights and dresses and tunics and shirts and blouses and cardigans. I wash laundry every second day. If you guys have been following me, you guys know how much laundry we do, and I just don't think it's important or valuable for us to just have that much more stuff. Alright, so now that we've talked about how to shop at consignment shops and how to get the best bang for your buck, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to become a consignor, how to sell things secondhand. So I'm going to focus more on these big pop-up sales, consignment shops, because that is what makes me the happiest. It's what I love. It's what gives me the thrill of selling secondhand. So the first thing I did for the pop-up sale was to go through all of our bins of clothing, bags of clothing, all of my kids' drawers and closets, and sort through items that I'm going to keep for a younger sibling or items that I'm going to sell at the sale. And then items that might be torn, well used, or stained, I was able to donate them for play clothes or do a textile recycling. I love being able to sell at these kinds of things because, one, I'm not throwing out the clothes, it's not just sitting in my basement, it's not lost dollars, and I'm also making a little bit of money as well to put towards my family. It's super important for us not only to stay frugal when we're making purchases, but to be able to make a little bit more money back. It's so nice to see that at that specific sale, I was able to make a few $100s on just tagging a few items, putting them on hangers, and bringing them there. I could have made a ton more had I had baby gear and bathtubs and all of that, but I focused specifically on clothes, which is typically priced a little bit lower. So the first thing I did, like I said, was to go through all of my totes, sort through that. Then I put everything on hangers. So what we do is we get wired hangers, and I don't have any wired hangers at home. So I went out and got a bunch of them from our local Buy Nothing groups here on Facebook. People were just giving them to me. I told them what it was for, and then I used those. So I was saving money on that. I didn't use a tagging gun because I didn't have one and no one in my area had one that I could use. So I just went to the Dollar Tree and got a bunch of little safety pins and then just hooked the clothes, like jeans and pants and things that wouldn't stay on the hanger, with little safety pins. So it was like $1 and I got 250 safety pins, which was well more than enough. Then I went ahead on the website, took all of the prices down so that I could label my clothes with the prices. What I like specific about the Outgrow Outplay sale is the more time you put into it, the more money you should get back on your revenue. So typically when you're doing consignment, you get back about 40 to 60% of what the retailer sells your item for. So say you purchased a shirt for $20, they're selling it for $6, you're only making about $3 to $4 on it. As for the Outgrow Outplay sale, since you are putting so much time and effort into it, and you're volunteering maybe at these spots, you can make up to 75% of what your item sells for. So I really like that. That was super encouraging for me too. Once I was done that, hanging and tagging and making sure everything was clean and pressed and dried and looked neat, I took all of that over to the sale, and I actually specifically myself went and hung everything up in their area. So say it was like 0 to 3 month boy clothes, 6 to 12 month boy clothes, and so on and so forth. I had up to like size 8, I think. So it definitely took me a little bit of time, but I just used that as like my me time, having 4 little ones. I was like, great, I get to get out of the house for an hour. It is gonna be amazing. So I ended up making a few $100s, which was super awesome because I was able to put that towards my kids' Christmas because I got my check in October, which was great. Not only is it important for us to save money when making purchases, but it's also super important for us to be able to make money. It's always nice to have a little bit of extra. The money we're saving on our variable expenses and the money that we're making on selling things that we're no longer using allows us to have the lifestyle that we have. We have a trailer on the lake we go to, we have a boat, we might take some small trips, we do activities and memories with the kids. Now I know that all of those things are not necessary, but it's just how we enjoy spending our time and enjoying our money that we have not needed to use on other things. Clothing, especially for kids, I've talked to you guys about this in all of my baby clothing hauls, toddler clothing hauls. I do not like to spend full price on clothes. It gives me like anxiety to know that like once in a while it's happened, like my child needed a specific color shirt or needed this and there was no sales anywhere even for like a month before, or I was super last minute because someone didn't tell me that they needed a specific color shirt, or I changed my mind for holiday pictures or whatever it was. It just makes me cringe to know that I have to go and spend $30 on a shirt when I know I could have bought the same shirt the week prior, the week later for like $14. So I always try and think about that before I make purchases because, gosh, like my daughter has swimsuits in there. I'm looking at the price right now. It says $30 retail. I bought these all at the end of last summer, by the way, just to save a little bit of money. And yeah, so I bought her 4 because we kind of like live in the water in the summertime. And they retail for $30 and they were on sale for $7.50. Plus I got an additional 25% off for the clearance item. I think I paid like $5 per swimsuit. They're brand new, they're beautiful. And yeah, like why? I got all 4 of them for the price that I would have paid for one. So that would have been super ridiculous for me to do that. If you're not going to consign and you're not going to sell stuff, at least shop the sales. Like at least shop the sales. Even if you have, I don't know, $200,000 in your bank account or whatever the situation might be, if you have $5 or $200,000, I still think everyone should be able to save money. Definitely support local when you can is what else I wanted to say, because they obviously can benefit from it a lot more. But if you can get your items on sale, then definitely do that too. Anyways, I want to say thank you so much for being here, supporting my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit all over the place, but it's just like when I get so excited about a subject, I'm like just blabbing and I have no idea what to say. Oh, I know I'm gonna like look back at this and say, oh my God, Michelle, you should have said this. Why were you talking so long about that? But it's just how I am. It's just what it is. I'm just so passionate about saving the money and putting my money better use somewhere else.